Okay, then, so now let's open up our browser and search for Node.js.org. So this is the official website where we can download the Node.js for our machine. So always choose the recommended version. So click here and start downloading and click install, do next. So that will do the installation of the Node.js. So please don't forget to download the recommended versions for the most users. In this case, I already downloaded and installed this recommended versions, right? Then once you're done installing the Node.js, so we are going to use the Visual Studio Code. We are going to use this Visual Studio Code, the multi-code editor, which really comes handy when you're developing the application. So you feel free to use the whatever the ideally you prefer to use. In this case, I'm going to use this Visual Studio Code. So click here and download the stable release for either which platform that you're using. So choose that respective platform and click download. And once download and successfully install this, then finally we have to download this git download. So go ahead and click this and download this for Mac or Windows or Linux, whatever you did. So you guys need to go and download the Git for yourself. So if you haven't used the GitHub before, so don't worry, in this course we are going to learn everything step by step, right? So these are the softwares that we need to download and install. So once all these softwares are successfully downloaded and installed, so step by step, I will show you how to configure and everything one after another, right? So first we have to go and create ourselves a GitHub account. If you don't have, so please click github.com and create yourself an account. So I do have myself an account over here, so please go ahead and create yourself an account. So this is the account that you have to worry about. So go ahead and create the GitHub account. Once you created your GitHub account and we already download the Git, so you have to configure your Git username and password for very first time, only for very first time. So once you're done with that, you need to search for Git config username and email name. So this is the one. So once it's successfully downloaded, you can find this Git bash. If you search for Git bash, you can find that Git bash in your PC. So you need to open that Git bash in the administrator mode. Then you need to set this Git config global username inside the double quotes. Please note, inside the double quotes, you need to type your account name, and inside the email double quotes, you need to type your GitHub email. So these are the two lines that you need to configure for the very first time, because this will help you to configure your username and email globally so that you can access inside any softwares, right? Then later we need to do some other stuff with the Visual Studio Code. For the time being, right now, these are the things that you have to do for the very first time. So now once you successfully install the Node.js, so what we have to do is to open up your terminal, and then inside the terminal all you have to do is to node version. Node, one second, node version. So this will returns the installed versions of your Node.js, right? And then when it comes to Node.js, we have three different package installers like npm, npx, and yarn. In this case, we are going to use the yarn. To access the yarn globally, you have to run this following command: npm install -g. So -g is the command, make sure that it's installed globally. So npm install -g yarn. So hit the enter, so that will start downloading the yarn, and in my case it already exists. You can see yarn is already exists because I already installed the yarn globally. So once you install the yarn globally successfully, you should say yarn -- version. So that should gives you the version number of the yarn which you installed globally. So if you get the version number at this point, you are successfully installed the yarn as your global package installer. Instead of using npm, you can use the yarn. So wherever the term that you're using npm install, all you have to do is to use yarn add. So wherever the term we are using the npm uninstall, we are supposed to use yarn remove. That's it. This is the only change that we are supposed to do, right? So now the node and everything is working fine. And since you successfully install the Git in your machine, all you have to say git -- version. So that should gives the Git version, and this is like what to say, if you configure everything, you should be able to get this git versions and the yarn versions and the node versions, everything. At this point, we successfully configure the node.js and the github and everything. So the next step is to open up the Visual Studio Code. So open the Visual Studio Code. So once you successfully open the Visual Studio Code, you might not see the Visual Studio Code just like the same way what I'm seeing right now. The UI and the color and everything looks different. We have to add few more extensions over here. So click the extensions. So these are the necessary extensions that we need to install when it comes to building the web applications using the React.js and the Tailwind CSS, right? So we have to install this React snippets. This is the extension which really comes handy when you're working with React projects. So click this ES7 React snippets and go ahead and install that. Once you successfully install that, this will really helps you to work with the React applications and helps you to recreate the React boilerplate codes in a more easier way, right? That's what I'm talking about here. Then once it's successfully done, we have to install this Tailwind CSS snippets, IntelliSense. So click this Tailwind CSS IntelliSense. So all you have to do is to download. In this case, it's asking me to reload. I don't know why it's asking that. Anyways, I will reload it later. So please go ahead and install this Tailwind CSS, because this will help you to write the Tailwind utility classes in a more easiest way, right? So this is helpful for you to, and because it gives you the suggestions when you're working with this. And then finally, all you have to do is to click the setting icon and go to the themes settings and go to the color theme. So basically when it comes to color, so because we might need to sit in front of the monitor for a quite long time, so the UI color is going to really create a great impact when you're working on the projects or anything for a very long time. In this case, I'm using this Audio Mirage. So if you feel free to use any theme which is suitable for you, I'm using this Audio Mirage. So if you wish to download any other theme apart from this, you can click this browse additional theme and choose whatever the theme that works for you and go ahead and use that theme, right? Once it's done, then go to the settings, again go to the color themes option, click the color themes options and file theme. We already discussed the color theme. So go to the file theme options, file icon theme. In this case, I'm using this material icon theme. So very default, you might have Visual Studio Code themes or IO theme which we downloaded. In this case, if you wish to download the additional themes, click install additional themes and you might have a list of additional themes, icon themes, which is choose the icon theme which is suitable for you, right? And once it's successfully installed, choose the same material icon theme. And one more plugin that we have to download, which is this Prettier. So this Prettier, this is the one. So this helps you to align your code and keep your code more clean and neat whenever you are saving the document, right? This is a code formatter which really helps you to format your code. So please go ahead and download this Prettier extension too. Once you successfully install the Prettier extension, so we are not supposed to go and format the document every single time. We need to make the changes to follow the documents needs to be formatted every time whenever the document is saved. To do that, click the settings option. Go to the settings and search for format on save. So there you might see this option, this checkbox. Enable this checkbox. So this will help you to format your document every single time when you saved it, right? Just you have to press Ctrl S or Command S. The entire document will be formatted and the code will be clearly aligned properly. So that's the reason we are enabling this option. So these are the softwares and the extensions which is really required for this particular build. So we successfully installed and configured everything. So this is the environment setup that we needed to build this application. And of course, I'm using the Google Chrome for the building purpose. So feel free to use whatever the browser which is work for you, right? So this is all about the environment setup, and let's jump into the next section.